They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Dalton, first and 10. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Second down, Dalton looking middle, and it's incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there, and it's third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Passing, it's Dalton, and that is incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And fourth down coming up. So now the Cincinnati native, also former Bearcat, and now a Bengal, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. Look at this spin.
Balance.
He's still barreling through. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. First carry for Giovanni Bernard. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Jarvis Jones that time in on the stop. Second down following the run.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Here's Kevin Huber now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They'll come out in the pistol. The first down throw coming for Dalton. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
Here's Dalton, and this is going to be incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 30. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And on 2nd and 10 now.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set. the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game. One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So Dalton now, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here is stopped at the 35. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Trying to shake off the intercept. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Brief break in the action here. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in his first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. 2nd and 10. Dalton once more. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and that That's sack number 6 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bengals getting set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey.
Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. It's second down. Dalton looking. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. $34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And out now, here come the Bengals.